Hey guys, it's AdamPack here, and in this video I will be reflecting on how well I have predicted the playoffs and the group stages, and I'll also be giving my predictions for what will happen in the quarterfinals. As you can see, it's going to be out of Fnatic and Gambit, Australis and SK, Big and Immortals, and VP and North, and yeah, I'll be giving my predictions on that. Okay, so quickly looking at my history, the first day I broke even overall. The second day I lost about $10 and I started with 20, so I was down to 10. Third day I broke even again, so I stayed at 10. Then yesterday I got incredibly lucky, and then I did a big combination bet, and I put $1.55 on an 18 times multiplier. So Cloud9 won, Fnatic won, SK won, Australis won, Flipside won, and North won, as well as Big B SK. Not yesterday, but the day before that, so that's how I broke even, because I would have lost everything. And I also put 50p on a 17.8584 times multiplier. So yeah, that is how I have done decent. And I was at 35, but I withdrew a little bit and I lost it. So yeah, as I said, this is a good quest to get a knife. So even if I do lose a bit, then I can still prepare, envision that I had 35 and not 70. In terms of fantasy, I got absolutely railed. I came 94th out of 100. As you can see by my team, Bolts didn't perform, Phelps didn't perform, Fur didn't even play, Oscar did decent in fairness to him, and Lucas didn't perform, as well as Vegas Squadron lost, and they were the ones I was confident were going to be VP, and that is the match I called wrong. I would just like to quickly say KPR stands for kills per round, DPR stands for deaths per round, and impact rating is based on how much of an impact they make into each individual round. Okay, so to begin the predictions, I'd just like to clarify these are all best of 3, so upsets are least likely to happen. And now to begin, we're on to our first match, which is Fnatic versus Gambit. And yes, I personally am going to favour Gambit here with a 70-30 odds, and I think this is going to be the easiest matchup of the day, just because Gambit have performed on every single map they've played, and it's not like Big that have only played Inferno. They've had a wide variety of maps played, and they have managed to beat top tier teams on all of them. Gambit went 3-0 through the qualifying and 0 losses, and they have beat high tier teams like G2, G2 VP and Mouse, not Navi. Fnatic went 3 wins and 2 losses, losing to Astralis and VP, but beating Flipside, Navi and G2. They've played 13 times before, and Gambit have only won 4 times, and Fnatic have won 9. The player highlight is a Dren off Gambit with a KPR of 0.76, a DPR of 0.69 with an impact rating of 1.3, and yeah, and he has just been playing insanely at the moment and debatably carrying mouse sports. And yeah, so I'd say this is going to be the easiest matchup of the day, and I would give the odds 70-30 Gambit, even though I still sense this being a very close game, and it could definitely go either way still. Okay, so the next matchup is SK versus Australis, and quickly to clarify, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but Australis are the defending champions of this tournament, therefore all eyes are on them to see if they can hold the title, so that might add some pressure, but might add some drive at the same time. SK qualifying won 3 out their 4 matches they played and lost 1, and to qualify for their quarterfinals, and they beat teams like Immortals, Australis and Penta, but lost versus Big on Inferno when they were abusing the crouch jump thing. And Astralis' route here, they likewise won 3 and lost 1, and they beat teams like G2, Fnatic and Immortals whilst qualifying, but lost to SK in a best of 1. Previously, they have played 23 times, and Astralis have won 9, and SK have won 14, so that clearly favours SK. HLTV's player highlight is Fur with a 0.8 with a 0.8 KPR, a 0.68 DP, a 0.66 DPR, and a 1.42 impact rating. However, I believe coldzera or Device are the most deadly at the moment. I would give this match a 60-40 SK due to the fact they won in a best of one earlier in this tournament whilst qualifying, and they have just been unstoppable, and coldzera is definitely back and he will be sure to cause damage. The third match of the day is Big versus Immortals, and Big went 3-0 in the qualifying for the quarterfinals bit. They beat SK, Cloud9 and FaZe in order to qualify. They played well, but they only played Inferno and abused the crouch jump bug in order to win. However, they demonstrated class qualifying for the playoffs, beating teams like Liquid on Train and Immortals on Cash, showing they can play other maps, even though they did abuse the crouch jump in the group stages bit. Immortals have won 3 out their 5 matches they played, and they lost 2 to qualify for the quarterfinals, and they beat Flipside, Na'Vi and Vega Squadron, which are debatably, other than Na'Vi, probably the worst teams that entered. And they lost to Astralis and SK, which are probably the 2 highest tier teams. So that shows, I don't know, that shows that they beat, it's hard to judge how good they played because they lost to the 2 favourites, but they beat all the worst ones. But they did beat Na'Vi, showing they can play very well also. The teams have played 9 times before. Big have only won twice, and Immortals have won 7 times, so that favours Immortals. HLTV's player to watch is Tabson, with a 0.85 KPR/kills per round, a 0.7 DPR/deaths per round, and an impact rating of 1.44. I will give the odds a 60-40 to Big, as they obviously have showed up in the qualifying bit, even though they did abuse the crouch jump on Inferno. So if Inferno comes up, that's definitely going the way of Big, but I'm assuming Immortals will block that map. But they obviously have demonstrated class, beating Immortals on Cash when qualifying for the group stages, and yeah, so 60-40 Big. The final game of the quarterfinals is North versus VP, and as it's held in Poland, the crowd are definitely going to be cheering on VP, which will give them some drive and some reason to win. To qualify for the quarterfinals, North won 3 and lost 1. They won versus VP, but that was an incredibly close game of 16-14. They also beat Mouse and Penta, but they lost versus Cloud9. On the other hand, VP won 3 but lost 2. VP won versus Cloud9, Fnatic and Vega Squadron, but lost versus Gambit and North. They've played 20 times, North have won 12 of them, whereas VP have only won 8. And HLTV's player to watch is Config with a 0.81 KPR, a 0.64 DPR and an impact rating of 1.35. In terms of odds, I'd probably give this a 55-45 to VP, purely because the game before was 16-14 North, on probably one of North's best maps in my opinion, and yeah, it was 16-14, and VP will have the crowd cheering them on this time, which I think will drive them even more to win. So yeah, that is what I think will happen in terms of the qualifying matches. Okay, so I have 1746 to play with and to bet on, and I think I will try and save 4 for fantasy, and I'll want probably about 6 left over because I can still make a comeback with that even if this all goes wrong. So let me do the math quickly. That'd be 17.46 minus 4, and then hang on, I'm not good at math. Okay, so I've got about I'm so thick, it's just $7.46. But anyway, I think playing with my 7.46, I think Gambit will definitely take it. Okay, I'll do one combo bet on all the ones that I think are gonna win. That's only an 8 times my. Oh, what? That is a bit shameful, but I'll put 2.46 on here. to clear up my balance, and then I think Gambit and Big are definitely going to take it, so I'll put 2 on them. And then there is, I can't see Fnatic winning, I can only see Gambit winning, I'm going to be honest. So Gambit, maybe Australis, Big, and I'll go VP again. Put $1 onto that. And then I might do Gambit, SK, Big and North. Put $1 onto that. And then I'll go like that, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. That is going to be my bets for this one. So as you can see, these are the teams I picked: Gambit, Australis, Big and North, and then I did another one, Gambit, SK, Big and North, and I did Gambit, Australis, Big and Virtus Pro, and Gambit, Big, Immortals, and then Gambit, SK, Big and Virtus Pro. So I think now I will go to Fantasy. Okay, so I haven't come in with a plan like I did last time, and that's probably better because I ended up 94th out of 100 last time. But who do I think? Well, the Dren's gonna destroy, but he is probably a bit too much. Well, okay, I'm confident in Gambit and Big to win, so I'm gonna add Gambit as my team. Then I'm gonna go Tabson. He's got to come in this team, and then I've also been incredibly impressed by Nex. I'm trying not to make it all. Mo has not impressed me, I'm going to be honest. He's been alright, but I haven't been blown away. I've actually quite enjoyed watching Doja. Even Zeus has been quite good, so I'll throw him in here, just see how. Oh, I've got quite a lot left. If I went for this, who do I sense also being a bit of a boss? How about I threw him in? I'll be 1,000 off. If I removed Nex, now the Nex has had some great clutch plays. The Dren's gonna do sick. That is pretty much guaranteed. See, this is what you always have to do when making a team. I've got 6,500. Is there anyone around that now that MSL's been playing badly, in my opinion? Doja, he's caught my eye for sure. Maybe Lucas, he's playing well. Or maybe I should just take off a Dren because he is very expensive, even called Zero maybe. Maybe JW. I honestly do not know anymore. Damn, this is quite hard to pick. I can't see Fnatic winning, so I'm not going to put him in. I will go. I want a Dren in here because he's just so good. If I was to pick one out of Gobby and Keith, I'd go Keith. But he's only 2,000, so it's a complete. Well, he's only got a 0.6 KD and an average of 5 points a game, so I won't go for him. If I went for Lucas, I'd be still 1,000 off. Lucas is a class player. You know what, I'm gonna go Doja minus a Dren. And I've got 12,000 to spend, so could go Snacks. Yeah, I'm gonna go Snacks. I think that's gonna be my team. Easy, big, Gambit, Snacks. There you go. I think that is a good team. Zeus. You know what? That's a good team. Even though I always lose. But nice. Okay, there you go. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you choose to listen, do not listen to my fantasy, as the best I've ever come is 20th out of 100, and that's still bollocks. But yeah, I'm quite good at, well, usually predicting the matches. So if you are going to listen to one thing I've said, probably listen to them over the fantasy. But yeah, thanks for watching, and in a bit.